My behavior is unacceptable, so condescending, unnecessarily critical. I have the tendency of getting very physical, so watch your step, cause if I do, you need a miracle. You drain me dry and make me wonder why I'm even here. The double vision I was seeing is finally clear. You want to stay, but you know very well I want you gone. I'm fit to fucking tread the ground that I am walking on.
Meet James Wallace. He is 20 years old, 6'6", and weighs 24 stones. He is currently unemployed and devotes his time to socialising with his friends, watching films, and seeing his team, Spurs, lose every Saturday. In other words, he leads a fairly normal existence for a boy of his age. But, as his statistics suggest, James is no ordinary individual. In fact, he also goes by the name of Lone Wolf, for James is a wrestler. This is a scene from James's most recent wrestling bout, filmed by our cameras as he competed in the third match of his career. He wrestles for the British Real Attitude Wrestling League, or Brawl for short. What you are witnessing took place on December 10th, year 2000, as we followed his preparation and eventual match. But firstly, let's join James as he discusses his interest in the sport and provides us with some background history.
I always used to watch wrestling, even from the early 80s. I always loved the storyline of the bad guy against the good guy, and you never knew who was going to win. My first memory of wrestling had to be, I remember Big Daddy versus Dave Finlay. And they had a storyline where Dave Finlay couldn't stand Big Daddy. And they brought out this big picture, it had to be, a 12 foot by 12 foot picture of Big Daddy. And Dave Finlay drop kicked it and ripped the picture apart. And Big Daddy was standing behind it. And he actually come through the and beat it. And it was just that spectacle. I just loved the whole show.
What's like the British wrestling? It was Saturday afternoon, wasn't it?
Always used to be on a Saturday afternoon just before World of Sport. When Dave Finlay went over to America, he came back and he brought with him, he sort of got his female ballet like a lot of the American wrestlers were doing at the time. But now, you see the Americans a lot more showmanship, there's a lot more acting involved, you'll see stuff going on backstage, it's much more like a soap opera, a 2-hour soap opera every week.
So did they, like Big Daddy, would he give them talks backstage and stuff like that?
Not backstage, you'd never see the backstage area in British wrestling. Maybe you get out and get with the microphone and actually talk. I've heard a horror story, and I don't know how true this is, about an American wrestler in the early 60s. To prove that the wrestling was real to a load of new cadets that he had literally in the training school. He ripped out his eye from his eye socket. And as the young cadet tried to get it, he stood on his eye. So he crushed his eyeball, literally. And he did that to prove to the other cadets that wrestling was real. And that was the length that wrestlers would go to keep people believing that it was real. If they had legitimate sportsmen, American football players, people like that in America, coming to learn the sport, they'd injure them personally, maybe break their ankle, just so they could go out there and tell their friends that wrestling was real. Now everyone knows it's not real. 5-year-old kids don't believe that men are going in there and punching each other and fighting. 5-year-old kids know that it's not real. But it's just showing, it's just that little bit more intensive, like I say. I mean, it does hurt. Getting in the ring does hurt. I'm not going to lie and say it doesn't. I mean, I could walk after the first day of training and I literally couldn't walk the next day because my back hurt so much. But, it's just, you just take it a little bit further. It's just to go a little bit further than everyone else. It's a little bit more intensity.
Ling's Upper School, Northampton. It's the middle of the afternoon and the audience is expected to arrive in 3 hours. The ring has been set up and checked while wrestlers make final preparations for their matches. James's match is second on the bill, and this is the first opportunity that he and his opponent Andy Hogg have had to discuss face to face their moves for the impending match. According to the scripted storyline, Andy Hogg will have the initial advantage, only for James to battle back and steal the victory. Outside, the other wrestlers are also collecting their thoughts.
I'm bringing it along anyway, but don't worry about it.
Tell me how much pain is involved in wrestling.
My back and my knee are still shot from a show we did a month and a half ago.
Oh.
More.
Showed my shoulder.
Yeah.
My trapezius ripped away from my shoulder, basically.
Oh.
I do not like and I do not put up with people who say to me that wrestling's fake.
And doesn't. Alright. Is that like a painful misperception by the public?
Yes. Yes, granted there is choreography involved, but if you don't know how to take the hits, they'll hurt like hell. And even when you do know how to take the hits, they still hurt. They just hurt less.
I want to find the ladder. That's what you can do. You runners, you run about and find things for us.
I'm sinus, mate.
Are you a runner? Run around here, right? Just dark out every room, yeah, and find me a ladder. Biggest ladder you can find, right? But it's got to be one that opens like this, yeah?
You know, like the proper ladders.
Find the ladder, right? I'll be well chuffed.
Already tried that other ladder, right?
Don't stand
So
up
what
properly.
do you usually do with the ladder?
Climb up it and then
Right.
jump off it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Famous at the
Anything you want, but this one told as famous as everything.
Mm-hmm.
The more height you can get off the ladder, right, the better.
So how do you manage to not break all your bones?
Don't know. Don't know really.
Or do you?
I don't know. I've not broken out yet, but it's just looking at me. That's what I'm saying, you know, when people tell me it's fake, that's why I get a bit annoyed, you know what I mean? Because I'll just jump off things and then injure myself up. Last time at that show in Daventry, you didn't go to that one, did you?
No.
Yeah, I buckled up on my leg and everything, couldn't hardly walk, had to like carry me home and that. Oh.
No.
You gotta make like a mist.
What are they actually
This is a move. This is Ian's trademark move, which is called the blood mist. And there's been a bit of an ongoing storyline. At the last show, I lost the title, the brawl title, to the Matrix.
Yeah, just met him, yeah.
Chris Hurst, the Hurst, was dragged down to the ring covered in blood mist. We want to know why he was covered in blood mist. I don't know who I can trust now.
Yeah.
Bare fist for the man who uses the blood mist,
Yeah.
but he's one of my friends. So we've got to look into this about what's going on. I don't know who I can trust. That's why we're having a lumberjack match. Maybe we'll find out later on who actually did do the blood mist.
So I introduced them all in a row? No, this is a tag team gauntlet. So you're going to introduce them, then you're going to introduce them. When they get eliminated, you're going to introduce them. When they get eliminated, you're going to introduce them. When they get eliminated, when they get eliminated, introduce them as the winners. Okay?
Do I have to introduce the winner, yeah?
Of course you do.
Who wins out of them two matches?
It's the ones that are in black, the ones that are in bold, are the winners.
Oh, come on, that's what it is.
That's what it says at the top. Oh, technology these days.
Come on.
What's your stage name?
My stage name?
Well, your name.
My name?
Yeah.
My name is The Matrix. And my real name is Jem Brown. But The Matrix is my game.
Do you have anything to tell to your enemies?
Just that they're going to get pain. They're going to get real pain.
How much pain?
Lots. Lots and lots. I like giving pain. The pain I give is harsh, nasty, and I'm ready for anyone. Big, small. Get out of the way! Okay.
2 hours later, inside the hall, the audience are seated and the tournament is underway. The ring announcer calls in the first wrestlers, the Demon and the Player. James's match is only 20 minutes away.
Alright, are you ready? Do you have like a standard outfit or something?
What's that?
Do you have like a standard outfit?
You're looking at
Yeah?
me.
Is that it?
Usually.
Who here are you fighting?
I'm fighting the big man, Andy Hogg.
Andy Hogg?
Andy Hogg.
All right. Where is he?
That man.
Oh, the guy in the knickers.
Yes.
Fight the big man.
I'm fighting the big man, yeah.
Are you scared already?
Nah.
Nah. You think
Walk in the park. Oh, I can handle it. Not a day at the office.
The tag team Legion are called out to the stage. Andy Hogg is challenging No Wolf tonight in order to be accepted into the Legion.
Word is you want to join Legion.
Word's wrong. Don't, they suck.
I see one problem. Shut up. And the problem's name is Lone Wolf. You're going to match with him tonight. You beat him, you can join Legion.
Lone Wolf sucks. I'll beat him. I'll beat him for me. And if it appreciates you guys, well, fair enough. I beat people up. I don't need no one. I don't want no one. I don't expect no one. You do what you want, and I'll do what I want, and I'll kick his ass all round this building. But not for you. But for the pig man.
The choice is there if you want it.
Is there anything like you say as a wrestler, like, you know, break a leg or something?
Are you ready to meet your destiny?
That's a good one.
Introducing in the corner tonight, Lone Wolf. Cut the music. Now, Legion, I'll deal with you later. But you, if you want to be a member of Legion, I'm not going to make it easy for you. It's no disqualification and no count out.
You want me to enter? No! No! Oh, do yourself a favour, he's asking you! No! Say it!
No!
Ask him! You want to say it?
No!
As James recovers from the post knock, it seems that the match is going to plan until disaster strikes. With a misplaced kick from Andy Hogg, James's chances of victory quickly slip away.
You want out? You want out? No! Come on! No! Stay in! No! I'll do you a favour, come on! No! That's skin! No! Say it! No! I'll end it for you, come on! No! You don't want... No! Come on, come on, it's no disqualification! Wait here, come on!
It's fucked.
Finally, it's all too much. James's leg gives way and he tumbles out of the ring.
Do you enjoy that, Lone Wolf? Remember me, Lone Wolf! Come on, leave it! Shut up!
The next event tonight, tag team gauntlet.
As Andy kicked my leg, he caught top of it, and I think it was where the mats on that didn't actually go all the way to the end of the thing.
In the corner.
And it felt like it slipped, and my whole knees bent back. Just a favour, could you pass my bag up? Cheers.
Are you going to be alright?
Yeah, it's going to fucking hurt, I tell you. It fucking hurts when I do it.
And how you feel?
Oh shit, because to be perfectly honest, I think I was telling the moves quite well. But you know that in bit when I fell out the ring?
Yeah.
That wasn't fake. I really, as I put weight on it, I just went to the side so I couldn't put any more weight on the leg and it just fell through the ropes.
What point did you realise that when you have to give up?
To be perfectly honest, when it went, I thought, right, well, you know, I've had it before, I'll walk it off. And it was just then, when I put the weight on it, I thought, I can't get back in the fucking ring.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling fine. Really good. I broke his knee. I took him out. Went out and I did what I said I'd do. Yeah. Now in the Legion, we're on it.
You got another match?
No, but I think I shall be involved quite a lot. I want to stay back here. Resting on my laurels, putting a big man down. It's a good victory. It's a good day to be the big man.
All right.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure.
And so, the lone wolf contemplates his defeat. Will the East London lad be able to recover in time for the next match? Or with the tournament over, is his chances for a career in wrestling over too?